Hey there, Chris coming to you with another video trail tour. Today we're at Wolfden Run State Park. We're doing this one a little different. I'm in my truck and we are gonna visit this one via four-wheeler. So I'm just giving you a little idea of coming in on this approach. Somewhat of a scary looking little bridge there. Nice big parking lot over here. So I'll get parked and show you all what's in store for this trip to Wolfden Run State Park. Okay, here we are at the trailhead for the Potomac River area, and you can see they have done a really great job of creating a nice big parking lot so that you can trailer your vehicles in here. And we'll be doing trail number 23 trail area, the Wolfden State Park trail area. We'll hopefully hit the other sections, but if nothing else, I'm going to do this Potomac River area. But what's interesting about Wolfden Run is it's got three sections. There's this North Hill area and Huckleberry Rocks, and they're all kind of split up. But you can access them through on the roads if you have the right permit. So let's talk a little bit about permits and four-wheelers and ATVs and off-road vehicles. So to drive on any county roads, you need one of these permits. So that allows you to drive your off-road vehicle onto any county road that for the purposes of going to or from other trails. And there's a mileage limit. I believe it's 8 miles. Just don't be a moron. And then also to use state property that for off-road vehicles, you need one of these permits. I actually forgot to renew mine for 2023, but I have a paper copy with me that makes me legal. So I've got all the legal stuff I need here for Wolfden Run. You also need to do a reservation, and I did that online, and they'll call you and confirm that you're ready to go. But I'm going to get unloaded here. I've got some safety equipment to show you that I'll be wearing and get on the trails. Okay, and a bit of the safety equipment. I've got, full DOT helmet, eye protection. This is an old paintball face mask, but it's really good if there are twigs and branches and stuff that come flying at your face. I've got a pair of gloves. I probably should be wearing long sleeves, but it's really hot and humid today. And then I've got, I can't see if I'm showing it, I've got boots and some pretty heavy duty pants on, kind of everything you think you'd want to be wearing for motorcycling, that kind of thing, with a little added protection for your face and everything. But trailhead's behind me, and I'm going to get started. Okay, we're pretty quick in here, and already a cool feature, something I would definitely never do, but it is like it's an old slag pile. A little better view here. And there's some routes where you can go up the pile there, maybe down, but no thanks on that for me, but it's still kind of cool little history thing. I mean, a lot of this whole property is all old reclaimed coal mining land, and they've made some cool features for your off-roading experience on it. I'll just go forward a little bit and give you experience of what the trail is like. Hang on, Dickie. sneaky. Alright, I have to consult the map here, but you get an idea of some of the mud holes, and it's been pretty dry lately, so those stay wet a lot. So a lot of different terrain types here on the trail. You know, we had that kind of, you know, almost a decent road with just the big mud holes, and now we got some real, I don't know, I mean, most Jeep owners would not say this is a rock crawl, but it's pretty rocky, and I'm taking it easy. So you got some different kind of trail types here to deal with. So we are right here at the kind of the end of this tip of the trail there, and they've got it blocked off so you can't go anymore. But what's interesting is this will connect up with the Laughlin Run trail that you can do by foot. So if you want to do something, you know, keep going, you can keep walking that way on foot. And then what I forgot to kind of point out is how close we are to the Potomac. So you can see it down through the trees, and if I shut up, you should be able to hear it. Looks like there may even be a access trail. We'll check that out going back this way. But yeah, I mean, this would be a nice little thing just to either walk or take your four-wheeler out to find a nice fishing spot. You've got this, I kind of started up this way, I think, and came back down. It's very hard with the the goggles and the helmet and everything to see exactly where I'm pointing, but you could go back this way and find a nice spot along the river. But I guess what I'm going to do now is maybe turn all the way back around, because I want to get up here and check that out. All right. Here's a good mud hole. Okay, we just came up this blue, and I'm betting we're around this slag pile there. I don't know how well you can see that through the trees, but there's a pretty steep drop off there, going up to that up there, and some other ways to get up that pass. So I'll try and get up there. I want to get up to these green ones and see what they're like, and then maybe hopefully check that out up there and see. So that blue was pretty rocky. It was but this is kind of a cool one big rock slide type thing, and we'll see how the green is up there. Got a little woods trail here, one of these green ones on top of the hill. A little bit different experience. I think we're going to come out onto that top of that slag pile that I was looking up at earlier. Yeah, so no thanks. That looks terrifying. You know, I'm fairly sensitive to the fact that I'm here out by myself and don't want to take any undue risks, but that just looks awful. fun thing for those who have larger testicles than I do. Imagine we are right around here. It's labeled as, well, I can't read it anymore. But it's an overlook, so to speak. I guess that's what that post is indicating. And, you know, we're kind of like on a nice spot for potential overlook. There weren't all the trees. But kind of going through these black trails, it has been kind of hairy. You can kind of see going up here. It's tough to see hills on a video, but like that's a fairly steep hill, pretty loose rocks, so it always makes me nervous in a ATV because they have a tendency to flip backwards on going up hills, going up rocks. So I'll take it easy going up there, but it's been a challenging section on the black. They're definitely well coded as far as the difficulty of the green being the easiest, blue the middle, and this black section has had a lot of those, like a lot of sections like this where it's real rocky or steep, and a little more challenging. Okay, we're kind of at the boundary of the Potomac River area, and I'm going to try this Coal Hall access road. I think that sign's got to be wrong because we're in the Potomac River area, and I think this goes to the North Hill area, so we'll see. So that sign that does take you to the next piece of the trail here, the North Hill area. Just got to cross the road here. But like I said, you're allowed to travel on the roads some distance to go from to and from trails, so that shouldn't even be an issue anyway. But we'll keep on going over to the North Hill area. And right into the North Hill area is a stream crossing of actual Wolf Den Run. And it's a very solid bridge. There was a sign up there about making a single span so that it would have least impact on the fish. It's a native trout that they were worried about, and they built a pretty solid bridge and a nice little trout stream here too. So again, if you're into fly fishing, probably a good way to get to some of these more remote spots is to take some of these trails. Well, I kind of turned around after the North Hills area. I didn't do too much in there. Starting to run a little low on gas. I didn't really check too closely before I left. So I'm back on this Coal Hall road, but it's a pretty fun little road too. It's pretty much not a tough challenge. It's pretty well maintained, or flat, some rocks and stuff, but nothing too challenging. So you can usually go pretty fast on this between the two trail sections. And just a really nice view, courtesy of Powerline, but you get to kind of see the river valley, Potomac River Valley we're in here right now. I don't know if up there, is that already turning? Is the trees already turning? That's a little scary. It is the end of August, so I guess that could be happening, but yeah, nice view. You have to just grin and bear it with the power lines, but sometimes it gives it a nice opening you normally wouldn't have. Okay, and we're back to the trailhead. A little muddier than when we started, and I wanted to come down here to one of these spots here along the water. Just if you're kind of having a day out on your machines, they've got some, well, I thought they had picnic tables and stuff. Oh, there's one down there. They've got, picnic tables. They maybe haven't gotten this far yet, but nice spot just to hang out next to the river. Again, if you're fishing, probably some good river access here. And yeah, here is the Potomac River. Right down the hill. I'll head back to the parking lot and do a little recap. Okay, and we are back and do a little wrap up. So again, we were, the Wolfden Run State Park trails. This really consists of 3 different sections. The Potomac River section, which I did most of today, the North Hill area, and I did not make it up to the Huckleberry Rocks. And then there's also the kind of the headquarters and the camping area for the state park. So there's really 4 different sections of this state park. I really did that one today, and here's the map of that. So as I say in my little thing, I just wasn't able to replicate the detail, to show the detail of these trails in my map. So definitely grab one of these paper ones. And if you remember, bring some Ziploc bags, because if you get wet, they will turn to mush, and you'll only be able to use them a couple of times. But generally, the green are the easier ones, blue a little either steeper or rockier, and the black ones are either real steep, you can see some of the elevation change there, or I think I went on this one for a while, and it was along the side of the hill, and there were mud holes you couldn't avoid, so you just had to hope your machine made it through. And luckily I did every time, but I had some harrowing moments. But overall, a really great time. You got to have a pretty decent machine. This is my Suzuki Vincent. I think it's a 2007, so it's going on 15 years old. It's really, I bought it to plow snow with, so I've got an attachment to put a snow plow on there, and that's been my workhorse. It really doesn't get out a lot on four-wheeling, but it's a little bit of investment to do off-roading. You got to have the machine, you got to have a trailer. That's about it, but it's not, it's not cheap. But it was fun, and it was about 3 hours. So I mean, I've heard complaints that, oh, you're here for a couple hours and there's nothing, that you're done at all. And I don't know. I don't think that's the case. But definitely more oriented towards the four-wheeling off-road vehicle experience. There's definitely some nice river access points, but it's just never fun to really hike on roads. Roads were designed for vehicles, and some of the spots where you'd try and be going up or going through mud holes or whatever just aren't as enjoyable. But you got a four-wheel or an all-terrain vehicle, come on out and check it out. It's a lot of fun out here.